just brilliant. There is one thing that I think you're definitely going to love with the Arbor, and it's the adaptability. So yeah, you can fold the handle up, keep it all out of the way if you wish, but if you wanted to make sure everything was still together, we got the patio head and nozzle. I got another nozzle which is attached to the lance, which is attached to the trigger, and we got the foam cannon. So if I wanted to move it around, I can literally move the entire unit with all the cables and everything just together in one hit, which I just think is fantastic. So the Easy P57 has set the bar very high. So let's see what the Karcher can do. So this is the Karcher K5 Power Control Flex. Now that word flex is the most important word you are going to be hearing today if you are on the lookout for any Karcher K series model. Because if you do not buy a Karcher K5 or any K series pressure washer with the word flex in, you're not going to get one of these, which is their anti-kink flexi hose. Now the good thing about these is they're vastly better than the previous hoses that came along with the older Karcher K series. So now they're starting to up their game a bit, and I think it's due to all the feedback they've been receiving about those hoses which keep kinking up, which has led them to this conclusion of getting a brand new hose. So these are really good, and I did recently test it in a Karcher K3 video where it did perform very well. So let's look at the Karcher K5 itself. Now we have featured a K4 which has a similar body, and the K7 for that matter. So there's not really a lot to this machine. We've got space for you to put your power cable down here where they've got this netting, but it is quite a thick cable, which is a good thing, by the way. That's not a negative thing. So it's not as easy to stuff it down there. So I feel sometimes this netting can come off, which can be a little bit annoying. Now there is no hose reel with this particular pressure washer. They do other models, which I still think are available because they do so many different variations where you can get a hose reel on top, but I don't know, that was a long time ago I last saw one of them, so I may have to double check that one. But look, you've got space here for your hose to go, for your flexi hose, and you can even put your triggers in the front as well. So in terms of having a place for everything, yeah, it can certainly do that. Look, you can put all your nozzles in here and you're good to go. So if we take a look at the Karcher body and how everything all goes in together, you can see there pretty much is a place for everything you need. So we're going to start off with a lance. They've got rid of the old school lances, which you had to connect them up to an app. I don't know if any of you have actually got this yourself at home, but with the lance you could adjust the pressure by using your phone, which meant when you had wet hands you had to go onto your app and try and adjust the pressure that way. It just seemed pointless. So what they've done is they've just gone back to basics. Just twist it and you can change the pressure. Just makes sense, doesn't it? And then there's a setting here which says mix, which means that you can run your chemicals through. Now, speaking of chemicals, you can put a shampoo or a foam or even a patio cleaner through this little container here, and it cycles through the system and out onto the vehicle. But I don't really like that idea because you can potentially damage the internal components.